Welcome to this lesson on short stories. Have you ever read a story that made you laugh, cry, or stop and think, even though it was only a few pages long? That is the power of a short story. In this video, we will learn step by step what a short story is, what its different parts are, and how to understand and analyze it with confidence. By the end of this lesson, you will be able to read, understand, and identify the key features of a short story with confidence. Let's get started. A short story is a piece of fiction that can usually be read in one sitting. It is shorter than a novel and focuses on one main idea, event, or problem. A short story usually has only a few characters and takes place in one main setting. The characterization of a short story is simple. It focuses on one main event or problem, has few characters, a specific setting, and a clear beginning, middle, and ending. A short story often has a theme or message that teaches the reader something important. Stories follow a clear structure. A beginning, here the problem is identified, a middle, where action is taken, and an end, where the problem is resolved. Characters are the people, animals, or imaginary creatures in a story. Every story has main characters who play the biggest role in the events, and supporting characters who help the story move forward. Characterization is the way an author helps us get to know the characters in a story. An author shows us a character through their actions, words, thoughts, feelings, and how other characters react to them. The plot is the sequence of events that make up the story. It tells us what happens from the beginning to the end. The plot usually starts by introducing the characters and setting. Then a problem or conflict arises, making the story more exciting. As the story continues, the characters try to solve the problem. Finally, the conflict is resolved and the story comes to an end. The setting is where and when a story takes place. It tells us the location, the time period, and sometimes even the weather or the environment. The setting helps create the mood of the story and can influence what the characters do and how the events unfold. Conflict is the main problem or struggle that the characters face in a story. It creates tension and makes the story more interesting because the characters have to find a way to overcome the problem. The climax is the most exciting and important moment in a story. It is the point where the conflict reaches its highest point, and the main character has to make an important decision or take action. The resolution is the part of the story where the conflict is solved, and the story comes to an end. It shows what happens after the climax, and explains how the characters deal with the outcome of the problem. The theme is the main idea or lesson that the author wants the reader to understand. It is often about important topics, such as friendship, honesty, courage, kindness, or making good choices. The message is what the story teaches us about life, people, or the choices we make. The message is often connected to the theme and can help readers think about their own actions and decisions. We use the anchor: who, what, where, why, etc. These questions help us find important information and understand the deeper meaning of a story, and to help us summarize. When used properly, the elements of story is what makes it great. So next time you're thinking of writing a story, use them all. Till the next time, toodaloo.